Hey, this is Namdev Hardesty, the MBA studio. This is my first video on my own YouTube channel. I'm basically going to separate out stuff that's not explicitly related to design and marketing and essentially related to our clients or our potential clients or whatever over to my own channel. So, welcome to officially #1 video about shit that Namdev cares about right now. Okay, so today's video is about a productivity method that I find really helpful that I got from Jack Canfield's book, The Success Principles. So basically, Canfield says there's these two kinds of work that you can be doing on any given day. You've got focus work, which is like the stuff you do that is important and is how you make your money or how you make a dent. So for me, that's going to be graphic design. It might be copywriting. It might be a design presentation. But it's whatever sort of critical and whatever it is that I need to be doing that I can't offload to someone else. And in addition to focus work, you then have prep work. And the prep work is the stuff you need to do in order to be able to do the focus work. So the prep work might be scanning images. It might be getting all your research together so you can do the copywriting. It might be, if you're screen printing, which is something we do frequently, it's going to be stuff like doing the color separations, running to Kinko's, or not Kinko's, but running to some place to have the positives made. It's like, it's basically the tasks that you need to do in order to get to doing the real work. And then what's kind of interesting is in almost every facet, you're going to have some sort of prep work and some kind of focus work. So it could be that, like, to do the research for the design, there's a bunch of prep work just in terms of knowing what you need to research, and then the research itself becomes another kind of prep work for the focus of doing the design. But basically, it's a pretty simple idea. Like, in order to sit down and design, or sit down and do the important thing, design, write, I don't know, shoot a video maybe, there's going to be prep work leading up to that. And what I really took from Canfield that I find really helpful is the idea that you actually have 2 days of work. You've got prep days and you've got focus days. And this, to me, this is where this really kind of matters, because otherwise it's kind of a duh thing. Like, yeah, you have to prepare to do your work, big deal. But what Canfield says you should do is, like, you should basically have like a day of prep work, 2 days of focus, a day of prep work, 2 days of focus, or something like that. And basically, like, the prep work is like all the shitty stuff that you're gonna have to do. Get all of that done in one day, so that then you have a couple days of focused work that you can do. A good example for me is like with designing stuff. If I know I have to find images to process, or if I have to look for typefaces and stuff like that, that kind of stuff I do on a prep day. And I get very kind of task oriented. So my to-do list for a prep day might be like, find 5 typefaces to use, or research what 5 typefaces you might use for designing this. It could be research illustration styles, so that the next day when it's time to make the illustrations, I know exactly what I'm going to do when I'm sitting down. This helps if you're very kind of goal oriented in terms of your creative work, which I am. Another aspect to it might be that you generate prep work after you do some focus work. So when I write, I try not to get out of my my writing software for any reason whatsoever. So if there's a link I need to find or a quote, I just type in there like, find this quote, find this link, and I bold that or something. And then that goes on a to-do list for the next time I have a prep day, like, okay, you need to find this stuff that's related to your writing, and then go pop it in the next day you have a focused kind of writing day. So it's also like this kind of ebb and flow. Now, why this is really valuable is that it starts to train you to know what it is you're going to be doing on any given day, and not to be sort of working off really vague to-do lists. You know, like, design thing is not as really as good as defining what are the various stages you need to do in order to design it. But what's also helpful is now all of a sudden you start to see like what work you don't need to be doing that you could have someone else do. So if if you're getting really busy and you know you need to hire someone, but maybe you're not comfortable hiring them to help you with the focus work, like the design, if you already have prep days and focus days, you can actually start having them do the prep work and be like, okay, these are the things that need to happen on this day. I need to find these quotes. I need to find these kinds of images. I need to research illustrators. I need to get print quotes. Whatever that stuff is, that's usually task-oriented work that you can have somebody else do. So it's really helpful. So for me, I kind of do it every other day. Monday is a focus day, Tuesday is a prep day, Wednesday is a focus day, Thursday is a prep day, and then Thursday as a prep day, I usually try to, whatever I'm doing then, make sure that I know what I'm doing on Friday and then again on Monday. Throughout any kind of day, like on a focus day, I will have a sheet of paper out next to where I'm working. So if I think like, oh, I need to do this, and it's something very task-oriented, I write it down so that I can then go update Basecamp or send somebody an email or do whatever it is I need to do in order to keep working uninterrupted when it's important. Because what I don't want to do is stop designing, stop writing, stop doing something important, stop brainstorming so that I can jump into my email or into Basecamp and start kind of fidgeting, which is what that has the potential to turn into. So, in short, I'd start thinking about this idea of like, what is most valuable in your work and what can only be done by you? That's a focus day. And then what do you need to do to prep for those days so that you can just kind of barrel through them and get into that flow state? That stuff happens on a prep day. And the best way to do this is like be the day before, make the last thing you're doing at any given day, getting everything straight and organized for the next day. Making a list of whatever you need to research or making a list of like what creative goals you're going to hit that day. I hope that's helpful. It helps me a lot. I try to live by it as much as possible. And again, it really helps if I need to hire freelance design help or freelance production help or whatever. Thanks a lot for watching. Follow me on Twitter. It's at namdev, Namdev, or you can check out our blog. It's the-mva.com. Thanks.